welcome back to the next episode of the LS swap build, whatever you want to call it. Swap build, that's what we're going to call it. So we're going to start right away because I got so many parts. There's just a box full of gaskets, got some random stuff there, and wrapped a bunch of the timing stuff already just so that I didn't unwrap it on camera because it's lame. But one thing, let's start off with this, and I'm really excited about, is so we got the adapter plate, you know, it's in progress over there. I'm nervous to start it because it's scary. We got the flywheel, and we needed a pilot bearing. So here's a pilot bearing for a Corvette. It will press into that little boss on the crankshaft down there. It'll go right in the middle of it. And it's got a 12mm hole in the middle. The input shaft on that transmission down there has a 10mm hole, or it needs a 10mm hole. Basically, this goes in the engine. This goes in there. I'm gonna have to tap it in or press it in or something, but it'll go. And then that'll fit nicely around the input shaft of the transmission. Like, that's perfect. It's gonna be perfect. So I'm happy about that, but that's not what's going on right now. What's going on right now is the cam retainer plate. Got a new one of those. I got a new tensioner. The old one, we found out it was broken. I got a new cam gear. I got ARP cam bolts. Got a new chain. I got a T40 Torx, so if anyone was cringing last time, it's okay. I got ARP head bolts. I got valve springs, so I got lots of stuff to do. Just need to do it. So I'm going to start by putting on the cam retainer plate. So when I took these guys out, looks like they have some shmoo on them. I don't know if that's thread locker or thread sealer. I couldn't find anywhere where people were saying that it's thread sealer. So I'm just going to put thread locker on it because I don't want them falling out. And it says only torque them to 11 foot-pounds. So I'm going to do 15 because those are big enough to do 15. And yeah, this is a nice new cam retainer plate because the seal in the other one was flat as they end up over time. I've always used this red thread locker for things that I probably shouldn't, and I'm going to continue to do so and hope it doesn't bite me in the ass. Alright, torqued, all done. Start with swap it in now. So these are supposed to be at 11 foot-pounds. I'm gonna do 15 just because 11 seems weak. Let's feel how tight 15 is. That's 15. Like that's good. I don't know. I'll probably never use that T40 again. Until this blows up and I need to take it apart again. If you come down here, you gotta turn this guy until... Oh, it's puking a little bit. Until that dot points straight up. Dot. See that dot on the top tooth? Right, right there. Mm-hmm. That's gotta point straight up, which I think it is. So hope I can, because the chain actually doesn't matter where it is. Just the gears have to point at each other. Okay, I'd say that's pointing at each other. couldn't do it any differently. Okay. What do you think?
Looks good to me.
Get your P cam bolts because I feel like it'd be just like they're $10. I can't imagine like factory replacement ones are much cheaper than that.
For what,
all.
sorry?
Like if I just bought factory cam bolts,
Um,
because ARP stuff's usually more expensive. But it's very nice.
what does ARP stand for?
Automotive racing products.
Wow.
Yeah. So I guess that's how it works. Okay, after I snug them up, it'll. So that's tight, and that's pretty tight too. And they're pointing at each other. I'm happy with that. So I got the GM Performance Valley cover. There's like a bunch of different valley covers. This one has the O-rings, so I bought this one, and it was kind of cheap-ish. It came with gasket and bolts. So I'm going to throw it on so that we can set stuff on top of the motor. It's the main reason. And I don't think I need to do anything else in here. You can't even... Oh, you would be able to see the lifters through those holes, but... Eh. That's not that important to me. Put it on straight. So we're gonna make sure these are nice and tight so they're not loose like the ones that we took off the other ones. I bet you those are all pretty tight. I kind of laid on it a bit more than I should have. Yeah, it's kind of shitty finish. It's really shitty, but it's just a stock GM part, so what do you expect? And it was cheaper. There was like a billet aluminum one for like $100, but it didn't even have the O-rings on the bottom. So useless. So now we can set the lifter bucket on top of the engine.
Yay.
I'm struggling to fish out the last few out of the lifter bucket. I had to buy new lifter trays because the LS4 lifter trays are the weird DOD ones. So you just slide in there nice, and then you just drop it in there and kind of wiggle it around until they all get in the holes. Ta-da! Now my hands covered in oil. So I took off the LS4 throttle body because it is awful for this application. I'm actually going to sell it to somebody with cobalt because it's good for cobalt apparently. So here's the adapter. Bought it off Summit. It was like $25, which will allow me to use this kind of crappy manifold for now instead of having to spend like $300 on a new one, which I can do later, but not right now. The main reason why this is such a bad manifold is if you look in here, see that immediate restriction on the left side there? That is bad for airflow. And if you look here, you can see that restriction on the outside if you look down from the top. So this will take that that smaller bolt pattern here for the LS4 and it'll bump it up to a normal LS sized throttle body, and I can put this on.